So sometimes when I come home from looking after my mate's studio late at night for him, I step out the car, it's completely black outside the cabin, you can't see a damn thing. So I thought I'll install some of these up. It's following on from my theme of let's make life easier, okay? Things that are helpful and make life easier. I did put some security cameras up and they've got lighting on them, which first gave me this idea. They're then nicely working and lighting up areas where it's dark. But there's some areas, like I say, that I could do with something that's going to give us some lighting. And because these are solar powered, I like the idea that they're not plugged into the mains all the time. So in this day and age where all the electricity companies and everyone's taking the mickey and it's costing a fortune to do anything electrical wise, these just, once they're fully charged, the solar panel keeps them topped up all the time. They're not on all the time, they're only movement activated, although you can have them on all the time if you want. So they're using very, very little electricity. One of the places I'm going to put one of these is above the front door, so when someone walks up it lights up, they're not in the dark and we can see who they are on the doorbell camera. And I did have a light there, but it was on all night. We had it on a timer and it was on for like anything from 5 to 7 hours and just using electric when there's nobody there, so it made sense to get one of these. So without further ado, as they say, we'll have a look at these. I got them off Temu and they're just known as model ID P43, but you'll see what they're like and they're easy to spot on Temu. I got 4 of them all together and it cost me about 15 quid for 2, so total cost has been 30 quid, but there's going to be no running costs with electricity involved because they're solar powered. So we'll have a look what's in the box. Okay, so inside the box we have the instruction manual and this explains the different modes that the light does. I'll go through that in a minute. We also have a Type-C charging cable, so it's USB-A to USB-C, Type-C. And although the light has a solar panel on top, you can also charge it with Type-C. So I'm going to fully charge it before I install it. You also have these 2 fake aerial prongs. I'll show you this when I put the whole light together. Basically, I mean, these are optional, you don't have to have these on. I'm putting them on because it makes it look like it's a security camera, which, you know, is a bit of a deterrent, but it's not. It's just a solar powered outdoor light. We also have the bracket. Now this is just like a big clip, spring-loaded clip. There's various ways of mounting. There's a hole there to mount it, and another hole there to mount it, so you could have it sort of that way with a stalk coming out, or that way. It depends how you want to mount it. You have an extension part, so you can mount it close in or use an extender. It depends on where you're putting it and how you want to mount it. And then we have the final bracket that goes, this end goes into the underneath of the light, and this here goes into the bracket, okay, depending on which hole you want, or the extender, which you then put into there. I will be using the extender for where I'm putting some of these lights. One area where I'm putting it, I do not need an extender, but obviously I need this. I like this. You can just attach it to the guttering, which is what I'm doing. There are holes, so you can drill it to a surface and mount it in, but I like the fact that I'm not going to be drilling any holes and I'm just clipping these to the guttering. Of course, the main holder is adjustable. It's a swivel, so you can, you know, get the optimum position that you want the light in. And finally we come to the light itself. There's the locator there and there for the fake aerials that go in, and they just push in. I'll show you what it looks like when it's fully assembled. There's the solar panel, it's quite big, and there's the array of LEDs and the sensor in the middle, because this is movement activated. Well, one of the settings you can have it movement activated. And then here you've got the Type-C charging port. As I said, I would be fully charging this before I put it up in the guttering where I want it. So there's the operating button there underneath, So we'll turn it on, and that's movements activated, and it's really, really bright. Okay. The second one was a dim light, and now it's movement activated, it's bright. And then the third setting, it's just a dim light that stays on all night. So you've got the first, no, and then it's off. So the first one, it's motion activated. Second one, it's a constant dim light until there's movement, and then it goes to fully bright. And the third setting, it's just a constant dim light with no movement activation. I want to run it in position number 1, where it lights up as soon as somebody walks in front of it and activates the movement sensor. Now, I have tried these. I've got a couple of them up already. I've got 4 altogether. The field of the beam, the spread of the beam is really wide, and the movement detection is a really wide field, and it's very sensitive. But we'll see that later on when it goes dark tonight. Isn't it exciting, eh? So there you go, that's what it looks like. I'll put it all together so you can see what it looks like. And this is what the light looks like once it's fully assembled. I've put the fake aerial antennas in, or prongs as I called them before. There's your solar panel on top, lighting array with the movement sensor. The bracket, I've gone for it mounted there. You could have it mounted that way. I've put the extender on because of where I'm going to put this particular one. I'm putting it in one of the gutters at the end plate on the gutter. I was concerned about the weight of these on the gutters, but they're so light, they're as light as a feather, that I'm not bothered at all by that. So they're not going to do any damage to the guttering. And there'll be this spring-loaded bracket. It's really, really good. They're not going to come flying off, even in strong winds. The build quality is excellent, despite this thing being as light as a feather. And I think it looks rather cool. And I think it's quite cool that it looks like a security camera. Once it's on, you have 2 LEDs that flash red there. I don't know if they're indicating that it's getting solar charge, or it's just showing that the thing is on and running, which, you know, it's nice. I think the whole thing looks great. Put the hat on, you know, I mean business when I've got the hat on. It's really sunny out there, so try and keep the sun off the old bonds and all that. So this is the last one to put up. I've done the other ones. So we'll go and put this into place. We'll have a quick look around and see what it all looks like, where I've put them, and then we'll have a look later on tonight to see what it's like when it goes dark. It's exciting, isn't it? Right, well, now I've got all 4 lights installed where I want them on the guttering, dotted around the cabin. So we'll go and have a look at where I've put them and what it looks like. So the light that I was showing you before in the shed, that's where I've got that one installed. It's on the end of the gutter in there, and that's going to light up this area here. So when you come out the patio doors onto this little veranda thing, it's going to light up, and I won't be falling down the stairs, hopefully. I also keep some logs chopped up inside these bins. Of course, when I come out at night in the winter, it's dark, so I'm hoping that there's some spread, because these lights have got a real wide beam. I'm hoping there's some spread and it lights up all this area here. Round the front I've got another light here, so when I pull up in front of the cabin and I open my boot, it's gonna hopefully woof woof, it's hopefully gonna light up this area. Light number 4 is mounted above the front door, so when someone comes up, it's as soon as they come round this corner, actually, it'll light up. It really is bright, as you'll see later tonight. And of course, the doorbell camera will activate. Normally at night that's night vision, but because we've got this light, it'll come on in colour vision, and we'll be able to see in nice colour who's at the front door. And in fact, as soon as I open that front door, it activates it. It's so sensitive. So later tonight, when it goes dark, we'll come and have a look. It's like when you're a kid and you get bunk beds or something. You can't wait for it to go dark to see what it looks like at night. So that's what we'll be doing later on. When it's dark, I'll come stumbling around the garden, and we'll film showing what the light look like at night time, and how much they light everything up. Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock at night, and thanks to Wildcrest, this is how many of the places look around here. So I'm just going to walk towards the cabin and Let's see if we can trigger this first light off and then the second light. So there you go, there's the first light. And I've got to near the end of the driveway, and that's the second light. So that's the front of the cabin totally lit up. Okay, so now we'll head up the driveway. So as you can see, these things are super bright. Oh, look at the size of that slug on the wall. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Okay, then this is the one by the front door. Doing this job fantastically. So I go through the gate. That's still the front door area lit up. And now the security lights come on. And as we come round the back of the cabin, yep, the other ones come on. And the security light will come on for the cameras if I waver it. There you go. So there, we're totally lit up. I think these things are doing a great job. That's what the lights look like at night when they're all working and in the correct place and fully assembled and all that doohickery. Yeah, it's a shame that we have to do this, but the company Wildcrest Parks that own this particular site won't do anything about the street lighting, and the local Labour Council won't enforce the licence rules and make them do. We've had no street lighting here for years, so very shameful behaviour all round, especially seeing as some people have been injured. But we love our park here, and when people come to visit us, or I'm stumbling around in the dark myself, it's nice to have everything beautifully illuminated, making sure that we don't injure ourselves and we can see what the hell we're doing. And as the manager would say of this site, it's so dark out there, it's like the Black Owl of Calcutta. Yes, but no longer, not with our super duper lights. So I've got my hat on, you know I mean business, drink in hand. Cheers everyone.